Hey Drew, what time is it?
Here we go.
What time is it?
It's time for
Drew's News, Drew's News. Exciting tales, fresh comic views. In the pages, heroes fly, villains plot under the sky. From Gotham's dark to Metropolis views, we cover stories old and new. Drew's News, your daily source for comic clues. Join the fun, it's a heroic cruise in the world of Drew's comic news.
Boy, that was fun. I wonder
Sure.
whose news? It's Drew's news.
It is.
All right, so let's go ahead and just get started here. We've got a number of stories to get through tonight, and you guys are going to see a lot of covers. We're covering a lot of covers, so
Pun intended.
yep. So here we go. Let's get
All right.
started.
So, the X-Men is returning the Hellfire Gala, which is Mutant-Kind's biggest and very often deadliest celebration, with X-Men, the Hellfire Murder issue 1 hitting stands in this July. This will be written and drawn by a fantastic lineup of current X-Men creators, which include Jed MacKay, Gail Simone, Eve L. Ewing, Saladin Ahmed, Erica Schultz, Tony Daniel, Luciano Vecchio, Federico Mencin, and so much more. So this is essentially a capstone to the last year of X-Men storytelling, which will have reunions and romances abound, and then set the stage for what's on the horizon, where new developments, like maybe the formation of a new Hellfire Club. But this all predicates upon a shocking murder. So the synopsis of the story says, when an iconic mutant power player is murdered at the exclusive masquerade hosted by Sebastian Shaw, it falls onto Wolverine and Jubilee, as seen there, to solve a locked room mystery that has dire consequences for all of mutant kind. Everyone is a suspect, and the party isn't over yet. So, but for those who may not recall, the Hellfire Club is also a fantastic time where a lot of iconic mutant Marvel characters get to be decked out in unforgettable attire. So Luciano Vecchio is leading the design efforts. He did amazing work on last year's Hellfire Gala. So we're just going to see a ton of dramatic and unique masquerade looks. And it's just essentially the challenge for him was coming up with looks that divert from each character's, essentially their classic look to reflect the mask's theme. So you got like a mix of 18th century fashion with corsets and leather gear, and then the gendering of the elements. So you're just going to get a wonderful mix of something that's elegant and, as he put it, sexy. So the thing that I loved is that I believe it was last year at San Diego, they actually had a Hellfire Gala, and cosplayers showed up in the styles from the comic. So people,
that's cool.
right? People actually took the time to make the stuff. I was like, wow.
That's some dedication there, because these are some, these are this year's outfits, but every year the Hellfire Gala outfits are pretty amazing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at this stuff. I mean, it's stunning. My feelings on the direction of the X-Men right now, notwithstanding, but this was just too cool to pass up,
And we're gonna show the there's the main cover.
Yes, it's the main cover. That I want to say that's a Lennel U, but I don't even know anymore.
Storm looks so beautiful in that.
Oh my God, right?
I just love it. And then this is the little tell you the story cover.
Right.
But and here's all the artwork.
Look at those designs. They look amazing.
Yeah, I was really excited going through and making this. I was like, ooh, that's so pretty. I love the star, the sun, and the moon, and you have the angel and the devil, and they're all pretty gosh darn neat there.
Some would say extraordinary, maybe.
Ooh.
Yes. All right. Speaking of extraordinary, but maybe even timeless, I think we should definitely talk about something I know you had some fun putting together.
Oh, yeah. These are all gorgeous.
Well, yes. So Alex Ross has created 18 variant covers for Marvel, spotlighting his upcoming project, Marvel Dimensions, which will be coming out this September, but starting in June. 18 pieces of artwork from it will be appearing as variant covers for various Marvel comics. But yes, I mean, you're going to see shots of the Fantastic Four, Avengers, X-Men, character portraits, each realistically and dramatically drawn by the legend Alex Ross, who's just excited. I mean, again, they need no introduction, but just like, Kari, let's just run through each of them. Like, look at how beautiful each one of these look.
Yeah, my favorite is going to be the Silver Surfer, which is coming up here. I love that Spider-Man here, like he has a nose and a bit of a face, because usually, he just has a smooth face.
Right.
But yeah, these are.
Oh my God, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that Human Torch is gorgeous.
And the Hulk transforming.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Janet and the Ant-Man and the Wasp. Well, both Wasp, and then I think it's Giant Man, yeah, or Yellow Jacket. Wow, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's probably my favorite one. Just the detail and the muscle work and stuff like
100%.
that. This one's pretty darn cool though as well.
He loves his silver golden age era heroes.
And this one we get a nice black and white.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun. Some really tight muscle work on this one too.
Oh
yeah. This one reminded me of the Nirvana album cover.
Oh yeah, it's because how he's posed.
Yeah.
Wow, that's stunning.
Yeah.
He just fits in. Like he just knows how to just place things so beautifully, where nothing feels like rushed or too crowded. Everything has the proper amount of space to shine.
Yeah. And here's our final one.
Wow, that's fantastic. Look at that Daredevil.
Yeah. Like all the I don't know if it's because, like we see him seeing things in the red kind of sonar or whatever, but I like how it's all done up in reds there. It's really pretty.
Okay. Well, that was fantastic. So again, check those out. They'll be starting in June to be released, various covers throughout the Marvel universe, leading up to Marvel Dimensions, which again will be out this September.
All right. And next up, this first one is kind of really fun to put the picture together because they had a sliding cover on the thing.
Oh, wow. That is interesting.
Yeah.
So this coming out this September, the X-Men and Fantastic Four are going to be uniting against a threat that even their intelligence strength can overcome in DNX, which is a 5-issue event series from Jed MacKay with artist Federico Vicentini, who's been killing it on Miles Morales' Spider-Man. This is the latest in the legendary super teams history of team-ups. So this starts when the chairman, who is the misguided original Hank McCoy, aka Beast, and his Machiavellian group of supervillains known as 3K prepare to unleash a virus that will forcibly and, of course, horribly transform humanity into mutants. So this has been something that's been building since the beginning of MacKay's run, which, if I'm correct, I believe we saw a little bit of this in Age of Revelation. So if you were reading that event, that was the future of what's going to be happening here. So, so the synopsis says The X-Men and the 3K, each steered by an original Eric Xavier, each with their own vision for the mutant people, each at each other's throats. Cyclops and the Chairman both experienced the future of the Age of Revelation and came home with a renewed mission. The X-Men to prevent that future, 3K to own it. While the X-Men seek out the Fantastic Four to help save one of their own, the White Beast, as it's put, begins his plan to unleash the X-Virus in a major population area. And Kari was showing off some of the variants there. The original one, which was the sliding, that's from Kari Andrews. Again, this is out September 2nd. But yeah, look at that. Look at some of these variant covers that you got going. They just look something.
Chip Zdarsky here.
Nice. It's a classic beast.
Yep.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
There's with our White Beast. There's a this one made me giggle, kind of. I like that. It's like, Urgh.
Yep, Juggernaut and the Thing.
And here's your White Beast with
yes.
what is that? I forget that word every single time. I know it before I say it, but negative space.
Yes.
It is the negative space cover.
He kind of like, it's weird with that. He kind of looks like a Wendigo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, ooh.
I know. It's like
with the utility belt.
Right. Well, of course.
It's very
nice little teamwork
Wendigo.
Cover there. But yeah, I mean, again,
is the connecting cover.
Yeah, look at that. Wow, X-Men do love their connecting covers. Yeah, apparently this has literally been in the planning since the first issue of Jed MacKay's run. Like, Age of Revelation was the future. DNX is the impact of that future on our present. And it's just, he promises that this is going to be an event that's going to transform the X-Men dramatically. That it's just going to be very big. And, the collision between 3K and X-Men, only one will survive. Also, to add on, this will be the latest Marvel comic launch in the True Believers blind bags, which will be specially sealed bags that contain variant covers not available for regular ordering, including rare, one-of-a-kind, hand-drawn sketch covers from surprise contributors. So if you purchase those, you could be getting some things that are possibly more than you'd really expect. So
let's keep an eye out
for this.
A little
food for thought, but DNX, the latest in the X-Men's ongoing struggle to exist in a world that hates and fears them.
All of the hate and fear.
Indeed. Next up, oh God, I can't believe it's been 50 years.
This is gorgeous, by the way. I love this cover. Yeah.
So, Marvel Comics has revealed Rocket Raccoon Rocket Rewind. This is a special one-shot celebrating 50 years of the iconic, loudmouth, extremely ornery Guardian of the Galaxy character from their first appearance in 1976's Marvel Previews issue 7. So this will have 3 brand new stories by J.M. DeMatteis and Sean McManus, Mackenzie Cadenhead, and Enid Balam, and Christos Gage and Todd Nanook, and a reprint of the first Rocket story by Bill Mantlo and the late, great Keith Giffen. So DeMatteis and McManus' story is described as a brain-bending tale where Rocket encounters a mysterious galactic book collector before coming face-to-face with the one and only Rocket Raccoon. Wait a second. Okay, I'm going to let them explain it. Cadenhead and Balam's Boom Shakalaka, true story, that's the name of the story, sees him heading to a paradise planet full of good vibes and immensely powerful artifacts that are just begging to be stolen by a cybernetically enhanced creature with a bad attitude. I wonder who that could be. And Gage and Nanook's The Fight in the Raccoon is a team-up with Hank Pym, where the pair must fight an invasion from the Microverse's Sub-Atomica. So,
killing me.
Like, again, also it should be noted that Rocket was indeed inspired by the 1968 Beatles song Rocky Raccoon.
I don't see him leaving Gideon's Bible anywhere, though.
No.
Just don't.
So it's again really crazy if you think about how far the characters come since that. I mean, now he's a household name. Apparently he was voiced with a British accent at one point, so I'm like, what? That's interesting. And that was on Earth, the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So this is released on July 29th. So the main cover, Kari was very much admiring, was by Ryan Stegman. Looks amazing. There was also there by David Baldion, and paying homage, because I believe he worked on the character one form or another in the past, Mike Mignola does a variant cover as well. So check that out.
I'm assuming that would be the one that you would go for.
I don't want to talk about it, Kari. We're all drawn to our likes and dislikes.
Oh, I'm not disliking at all. I just know that you are a big Mignola fan. So.
Yes. So.
All right.
Moving on.
Next.
Doom. Over the next year, kind of building up to what we know, the latest Doom cameo, Avengers Doomsday, we'll be seeing Challenges of Doom, which are 5 one-shots by Venom and Immortal Hulk writer Al Ewing, and a group of artists focusing on key battles that forged Doctor Doom into the iconic supervillain that he is known to be. So each story will be a confrontation between him and one of his arch enemies. So we're going to get the usual drama, suspense, the usual pursuit of power. This will be a bi-monthly series showing moments that tested his genius and resolve, his triumphs and torments. Fantastic. So they're going to start in July with Challenges of Doom, Mr. Fantastic, then continuing with Challenges of Doom, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Magneto, and Namor. So, scene right there, featuring art by Mike Henderson, who was killing it on Cable, Love, and Chrome. Challenges of Doom, Mr. Fantastic, will essentially peel back the layers of the intense rivalry between Doom and Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, as the young Victor Von Doom faces Reed in a battle of the minds. So we'll discover the secrets that ignited their feud, and then, of course, the fateful events that led into his iconic transformation. So,
yes,
as it was explained, the Lord of Latveria will be pitted against some prime, powers of the Marvel Universe as a way to illuminate different sides of his power, personality, intellect, and skills. So essentially, through this, you'll really get the full picture of why Victor Von Doom is essentially one of Marvel's greatest villains. So
yes. These are some great covers too. This one makes me think.
Look at that. They're fantastic.
The background of this and the way it's set up, I'm expecting some like Freddy Krueger finger claws to come out of that glove there.
Right. But even that one that we were just showing right now, that one looked great. Look at that. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, they're all gorgeous. So keep your eye out for some Doom. Everybody can use some Doom.
More Doom. So next up, apparently New York has a bug problem, and they went with the worst exterminator in the world, Frank Castle. But let's not talk about that now. I know people are pretty pumped to see Tom Holland facing up against John Bernthal's Punisher. So it's almost as if Marvel anticipated that by reveal. So now they're revealing Punisher versus Spider-Man, which is a 5-issue series by writer Dan Abbott and artist Matteo Delafonte, who was killing it on Nova Centurion. coming out this July. Now, this is set after Frank's first appearance, which was in 1974's Amazing Spider-Man 129. So the series will see the pair trying to set aside their vast differences to help a friend of Frank Castle, only to find that essentially those differences may be insurmountable and thus leading to conflict. The synopsis reads, The Punisher and Spider-Man, two of the most notorious names in New York with very different approaches to making the Big Apple safer, are brought together by happenstance and forced to stay that way by an ally from Frank's past who is in need. Can the web slinger and the gunslinger be able to begrudgingly set aside the differences, or will it just be too soon before they find themselves at one another's throats? Abbott was extremely excited to be writing both of these characters in a head-to-head, and he hasn't revisited the Punisher since doing, I think, Punisher Year One in the 90s. So he promises a whole lot of fun, action, some big surprises as Frank and Peter learn stuff about each other for the first time. So he really enjoys the freshness in the encounter and like the interactions that he really feels fans of both will get such a kick out of. So issue 1 will be released July 15th, which is just before Spider-Man Brand New Day. The release will be released on the 31st. And as we already know, there's already going to be a Spider-Man series, Long Way Home, which will be featuring Peter and Frank, but also the Hulk, which comes out on June 17th. And don't forget, a facsimile printing of Amazing Spider-Man 129 will also be available in July. But until then, check out these gorgeous variant covers.
And here's some of your interior artwork as well.
Very nice. Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. See, here he's mostly.
Man, it's been a long time since I've seen the extreme retroness of Frank's original costume.
So say with the flat face, but here also we have a real, like, you can see his chin, you can see his nosy. I like it when people do that. You're like, yeah, Carrie, you already told us. Thanks. Good story.
Hey, listen, the same thing happens with people with Deadpool. Some people really draw him with a nose, some people don't. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But small details make the world of a difference. And then, just as if the trailer didn't just drop for this recently, DC has announced Clayface, Celebrity Dirt, which is a new Batman Universe noir horror comic miniseries starring the infamous Basil Karlo in a tale of fame, transformation, and self-destruction. So the synopsis reads, when Basil Karlo breaks out of Arkham Asylum, he's ready to reclaim the Hollywood crown that he lost years ago. But the world he returns to is stranger than he remembered, where a new plague is twisting ordinary citizens into clay-warped reflections of his own nightmares, and a charismatic body double has taken over what was Basil's life, becoming a bigger movie star than he ever was. So, as a disturbing pattern begins to emerge around this new celebrity, Basil must confront the darkest parts of his past and trace both mysteries to their source, which will lead him deep into the history of the Clayface family and face to face with one of its most dangerously unstable members. So this is written by acclaimed horror writer Jude Ellison S. Doyle, teaming up with artist Fran Galan, who, Carrie, we loved Fran's artwork on Pine and Merrimack with the great Kyle Starks. They'll be joined by colorist Patricio Del Pecci and letterer Tom Napolitano. I mean, again, just the balance of body horror, studio spotlight, Gotham noir, plus Galan's like expressive and just unsettlingly detailed work are just, it's going to be amazing, especially blending psychological suspense, body horror, dark satire. Like I said, everybody on board just says that essentially this is just going to be so beautifully flawed. I mean, Doyle said that he feels that he is one of the most beautifully flawed human characters in Batman's little microverse. That he can become anyone he wants, but he can never escape himself. So, there's definitely going to be like an inspiration from psychological horror, body horror, but also tributes to classic Clayface stories while pushing the character into bold new territory. So, because in some way it's going to become a story about accountability, redemption, and essentially trying to tell the difference between someone who's trying to change for the better and someone who's just using celebrity to get away with murder. So,
and these covers, man.
I mean, we start with the first one is by Fran Galan, and then you have Mike Del Mundo is killing it there, and you even got Reverend Dave Johnson just killing it as well. I mean, oh my God, it is just so cool. This will be arriving July 8th. And there will have a cardstock variant for $4.99, of course. I mean, honestly, I'm still on the fence about the new Clayface movie that's coming out, but this sounds really freaking cool. You know, and Clayface, I will say, is an underrated Batman villain. I feel like he's been used well in the past, and I definitely remember some pretty intense episodes for the character in Batman animated series at that time, voiced by the great Ron Perlman. But yeah, man, Clayface is I think a villain that he doesn't get the recognition he deserves, but because he's terrifying.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much.
But now I'm like, nope, this could be put him right on the fucking map. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. I think we're on the last story.
Yes, we are, sir.
What?
Yep, this is the last story.
Last story. Okay, so if TMZ is basically writing about you, usually it's not a good thing. And for blogger turned celebrity writer Mimi Green, it really wasn't, especially after a paparazzi news outlet unearths decades old blog posts where she was fat shaming people. This known writer does what many celebrities do. They go into hiding and look for help. But when the mental health facility they check into is more about punishment than it is finding a solution, the character is definitely in for it. So what I just described there is a story for a new Dark Horse limited series. Did you hear about Mimi Green, which is by artist Josh Cornelian, who did the book Young Men in Love, and literary agent turned comics podcaster turned writer Connor Goldsmith, who worked on Cerebro. Cornelian said working on the story from its early stages years ago to the full-fledged surreal dream has been just such a delight, and the chance to build this world from ground up with his collaborator has just been one of the most creative, fulfilling experiences of his career. And Goldsmith said that this is honestly an extremely personal story, and he's just really grateful to have worked with Dark Horse about the book. And honestly, this sounds terrifying, but oddly appropriate for our day and age, considering, that people forget what's on the internet, and that essentially just because it's been deleted doesn't always mean it's gone. So, so I feel like this story may be scary in a way that I don't feel people really will understand, but fuck. And this, by the way, Carrie, goes on sale May 27th. So.
Okay. And who are the covers by?
Oh, yes. So You have the first cover is by artist Josh Cornelian, and the variant cover is by Rosemary Valero O'Connell.
And nothing against Josh, but I really love this cover. It reminds me, it makes it feel a little bit more horror for me. I mean, obviously, because it's covered with intestines and guts and.
Yes, I did not realize that's what those were, but oddly enough, the horror is motivating me through.
Yeah, it's working.
So, yeah, so that happened.
That happened.
So
that's our news.
That's our news. So everybody, if you like what you saw, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button so you could follow us. We don't just do the news. We have our show every Tuesday and sometimes other days in the week where we get to interview fantastic creators in the comic book industry, ask them all sorts of questions. And it doesn't have to be us. You can also ask questions too. Just tune in, ask a question. We'll definitely give you a shout out. Definitely tune in as we're wrapping up April right now. We have one more show, and we're pretty excited about that. And then after that, it's gonna be May, which means we got a whole month of great guests as well, which we can't wait to share with all of you. And we're pretty much still planning the rest of our year. And trust me, you're gonna want to tune in because we got some cool shit coming out.
Yeah, you should hop over to our website that Leo Pond has been working really hard on, and you can see a bunch of the different interviews and stuff that we have recently done and some of the upcoming stuff. And all of the different people who we've interviewed are getting their own creator hub pages that you can find out all of this and different information about them, some suggested reading, links to all of their stuff. It's some pretty cool work that he's been putting in there. So
agreed. Nicely put, Karen.
Yeah.
But
so until next week, yeah. Be good, everybody.
Make sure you wrap your fish in the old news.